of the SMA Fathers in Tenafly, New Jersey. Here with me today, we are lucky to have Father Boniface, and he's going to tell us about his life and past experiences. So, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. It's a pleasure being here with you as well.
Great. Well, first, we'd love it if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks so much. So I'm Father Boniface Tye, and I'm from Liberia, precisely from the Diocese of King Palmers in Liberia. At present, I work in the National Seminary we have in Liberia. I'm the rector of the seminary. So I was born in Liberia, I was raised in Liberia, and I had my vocation to be priesthood from Liberia. And I've been a priest for 21 years now. Not too much, but that's quite good too. So that's just about me.
Great, thank you. So, what exactly do you do at St. Paul Seminary? And for those who don't know, what is a seminary?
Correct. So, I have a national appointment, and so the dioceses of Liberia have a major seminary, and the seminary is called St. Paul's College Seminary. And I work in the seminary as a rector. That means I'm in charge of the affairs of the seminary. Now, the seminary has the single responsibility of training and forming young men who aspire to be priests. So that's what we do. We train young men, so we train future priests. So we train them based according to the standards, the traditions, the practices, the demands of the church in terms of their moral life, their spiritual life, their psycho-human life, and everything of them. We get involved in that. So we train them to become priests for the future, priests for the church, priests who will serve the church in the many ways the church wants our priests to serve the church and its people.
So, at what point in your life did the church become a more prominent or bigger factor for you?
Well, I can say I was born and grew up in the church. I'm born to a family that is very Catholic and traditional. My dad had the opportunity to have encountered the early missionaries when he came. He worked with them. I guess he would have become a priest himself, but that was not the will of God, baby. And so, I'm born into that family, and then from birth, I was introduced to the life of the church and the teaching of the church and the work of the church. And I grew up in the church that way, learning all about the church and being part of the church and being actively in a church. And so I really had a first encounter with the church. Until then, I've still had that experience before everyone that kept me going, such that I'm very familiar with the church, in terms of its teachings, its practices. I was an altar server, I was in the youth group, I went to the minor seminary before I went to the major seminary. I stayed many years in the major seminary, and of course now, I've been a priest for 21 years. I think all these are good signs that I was truly brother with the church.
Great. So, this position seems like a very rewarding one for you. However, have you faced any challenges or obstacles along the way?
Yes, it's rewarding in the sense that it sounds big. When you hear someone say the director of a major seminary, that seems big because people think you have a lot of responsibility. In a way, the future of the church kind of lies in your hand, because when you train young men for the priesthood and become priests and become good priests, that shows a sign of success of the church and a sign of growth of the church. So yes, it's a very prestigious one. It sounds honorable and nice, but of course, then it has a lot of challenges, very many challenges, and you have to really work hard to make sure you overcome these challenges and difficulties. For example, you're responsible to train young men, and you're supposed to figure out, what their dispositions are. You're supposed to make sure they go through the proper training, their moral life is good, their spiritual life is good. Sometimes it's very hard because the person will be paying price. It's hard to figure out what's really in the man's heart. So you have to go through all that, and then, eventually you have to make sure he's recommended for the ordination to the priesthood, so being a priest. So that's one of the difficulties. You're not too sure sometimes whether you make the right decision or not, because you make decisions that will affect the life of somebody, some person. But we always say, we ask God to help us, and it's by the inspiration and the guidance of the Holy Spirit And sometimes we take some decisions. Some are hard decisions. Sometimes let them go because you think they're not really qualified for the priesthood. And some too you're allowed to go through, and then you say, oh, I didn't know, I made a mistake. But the guy goes through and he's a priest, and he says, oh, I didn't realize this. The fact that we come from a country that has been torn apart by civil war, and the civil war destroyed all of the infrastructures of the seminary. Dormitories, this is one example. You must have a cafeteria, or a dining hall for them. You must have classroom, you must have a chapel, a church, and all this. So most of these were destroyed during the civil war, and then when we've been trying to renovate a lot of them and put them back in place. And because this will enhance the process of formation. So a gentleman must be intellectually fit, academically fit, spiritually fit, morally fit. So the structures provide the avenue and opportunity for the young men to go through this process of formation, be properly trained for the priesthood. So that's one of the big challenges, but thank God, we've been able to do a lot now. And like I said, and that's why I'm identifying this year, I've come to be part of the mission appeals. So we do the appeals and we get some money, and then with this money we try to build the infrastructures and make sure, they are up to standard for a conducive and proper formation of the young gentlemen.
Great, thank you.
Good.
So, how do you think your personality and relationship with God plays a part in the work that you do?
Well, I think there's one disposition I always have is to allow the will of God to be done in my life. And that makes me very humble, and that makes me very simple. Because I always say all I do is the will and work of God. So I have so much belief and trust in God. God inspires me a whole lot. And I think it's true. I think it's true when I see my life and see all that I've been able to achieve and do. I always say, this is not by myself. I think it's by the will of God, by the power of God. I know before I was ordained a priest, I had this saying on my souvenir card, I said, I'm with you always to the end of time. I always feel God is always with me. That has influenced my life so that I feel I'm a happy priest. There are difficulties, there are challenges. I don't allow these to weigh me down. I try to be happy, so that's to project an image of the priesthood that is one of a priesthood that is very pleasant and nice and welcoming to many others. And I think in a way that has influenced the lives of others. I'm very happy, always smiling. Don't take life easy and what will be. Allow the will of God to be done in your life. Always remember that. God is with me, and I feel myself in my spiritual life and pastoral work. What are responsibilities I have.
Right. So, how long are you here for in the summer, and what have you been doing in Tenafly?
So I'm here for 3 months, and I'm here to be part of the mission appeals. The mission appeals is an exercise that is a very good one, and we're very grateful to the American Church, where they allow missionaries to come from the missions in different parts of the world and to share their experiences and the work they do. And then there's an opportunity for the missionary receiving some support to go and support the work of the missions in his country. So that's why I'm here, and I'm going to be here for 3 months, and I'll travel around the country, go from diocese to diocese, parish to parish, speak about the mission, speak about my work as a rector, speak about the seminary, and tell them about the needs as well, and then if they feel a need, they support the work. And like I said, that's how we've been able to do a lot in the seminary. That's why I'm always grateful to the SMA fathers who give us the opportunity to stay with them, and because I know it's a very, very hard thing to do. You need a place to stay, and then you need to go from parish to parish and diocese to diocese. So the SMA fathers have been very grateful because they provide boarding and feeding and accommodation for us, and I think that's very good. We're grateful to them.
So how has your time been in Tenafly?
Yeah, it's very pleasant. I think it's been very pleasant. There's always an opportunity to catch up with all the priests, because a lot of the SMA priests work in Liberia, and I had an opportunity to encounter a lot of them as a young kid as I grew up. Almost all of them I knew them, and it's nice to come back to Tenafly and to meet them and to bond again and share their experiences and laughed about situations we had back in the past. It's always very nice. And, it's always like home. The SMA finals make us feel at home. You don't feel like different. You don't feel like you're not part of them. They're so welcoming that you follow the flow and you join the community life, and then you're just part of it. And I think that's very, very good. You don't feel that no, I'm not SMA, or I'm not part of it. No, you feel welcome. You're part of the community. You live in community life. You really feel at home. And for this, I think we must give a credit to the SMA finals. You have a good sense and spirit of community life, no matter who you are. You come and then you immediately form part of the community. You enjoy all of the privileges, of the community. I think that's a very good sign.
Yeah.
Like the scripture will say, we should be nice to strangers. I think they are far more nice to strangers.
Yeah.
Fulfill the scripture command or request. Yeah. So it's been nice here, and we enjoy it, and we always look forward to coming back anytime after.
So this is kind of a broad question, but in what way has doing what you're doing had the biggest impact on your life?
Well, I think since I have this special responsibility of forming young men who are going to be priests for the church, I think the cry of the church these days is the cry for more priests. There's a need to have priests, even in America. There's a lot of shortage of priests because there are no vocations now. And priests and the life of the priest is very central to the life of the church. Without the priest, the church, in a way, we say, is not very active, it's not very vibrant, because the priest is one who is called by God, and he is one who offers special sacrifices on behalf of the people. And that we talk about in the Mass. Only a priest can offer Mass, and the Mass is at the center of the life of the church. So I think priests are very important. And this is where I feel the importance of my job, the fact that I train young men who subsequently become priests to fill in this gap and serve the church is very special. And unique way, I think I'm making a significant contribution to the church. But this is the need of the church in this present age. We need more priests. In many places there are no priests. In America, in some parishes, they aren't any priests. So I think in this way, I'm making a very good contribution to. It may not be much, but it's very important. It's very important to the universal church.
Yeah.
We try as much as possible to make sure that we train the young men so that they become priests who will really serve the church. Our life is one of service. It's not the Lord of all people. It's to be servants. We are the servants of God. So we serve people by our ministry, by our work, and we help them get in touch with God, and help them know God, and we help them by our work win for themselves their own salvation.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Good.
It was great to hear your story. This has been Father Boniface, and I'm Amy McDonough from the Media Department of the SMA. Thanks for watching.